Hello, I'm Malorian. This is the Orc Tactical Team, and it's a new year. Hope everybody had a nice holiday season. Didn't get in too much trouble. And what I want to talk about today is something that kind of happens around this time after Christmas, and that's people having this. Hey, I have this Christmas money. What am I going to do with it? And it usually leads to buying new armies and things like that, and just some thoughts when you're going forward and deciding what you want to buy because it's probably happened to a lot of us that you go into a store with some money and go, oh, I should get this, and then when you get home go, oh, but I really needed this. So this is just kind of, if you haven't spent your money already, this is kind of a thing to start thinking of first before you go out. So let's first talk about if you needed a new army, right? You have now in your idea that, geez, I want to start this new army, and finally I have the money to do it. Well, the first thing you want to be looking at when you're deciding on this army is, how much am I actually going to get out of this army? Is it something where it's just kind of a funny idea of, oh man, wouldn't it be hilarious if I had an army just full of ogres? And then you'll play it twice, figure out that it's useless, and never play it again. So make sure, it's not just something that you're really excited about because it's a cool idea, but one that you're going to get bored with quick, especially if you're a person where normally in life it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to start golf, and then after doing a couple of rounds of golf, you never use them again. Just try and do some thinking ahead, making sure that's going to be right. If it is just that, hey, it's time for a new army, some things you want to be looking at is just looking at what armies you already have. So if sticking with fantasy, if you have something that's, oh, I don't know, let's go with orcs where you have a huge horde, right? So everything's big numbers all the time, go, 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 swarm, swarm, swarm. Well, maybe try something different. Go with something elite. Maybe you're going with ogres now. Maybe you're going with warriors of chaos. Or maybe you're going to go try a different play style and do something more like wood elves. You want it to be different. You don't want to go from orcs and say, hey, maybe we'll do Skaven now. Because you'll find that there's a lot of similarities, and so when you start getting a little bit bored of that play style, you'll have nothing to fall back on, and you could just start getting bored in the hobby in general. That's why when I first started my armies, first one I did was Bretts, next one was Wood Elves, and the one after that was Ogres. Three completely different play styles, so I could just jump back and forth to whatever I wanted to do. So that's a great way to be looking at it like that. Another thing you want to be looking at with there is, if you were getting a new army, is just a simple thing of looking around and seeing if anybody else has the army in your area. I know that shouldn't be a huge issue. If you like an army, go for it. But it could be that if everybody has dark elves and now you have dark elves too, of course there's going to be that little bit of boredom that, now it's just another dark elf player. Whereas it would have gone something else, then all of a sudden you get that new army in the group, a lot more fun, a lot more different scenarios. Now, how about when you're just starting just buying pieces? Because I'm sure not all of us are lucky enough to be getting a big pile of money you can buy an entire army with. So usually you're just buying a couple of boxes. And it could be that the first thing you walk in, and go, oh wow, wouldn't it be great if I got this shiny thing? Yeah, that'd be really great. And then when you get back home, you realize, oh, but I really need more core. That's a big thing I usually find in myself, is I figure, oh, it'd be really cool to get some new Tyranid monster for 480k. But then I think, oh, the real thing that I need is that for lizardmen, I really need to get more swords. I got all these lizardmen, but the thing that's holding me back is my core. Or my dwarves, they could really deal with, or really need more warriors so they can have warriors with great weapons. They're still stuck in 7th ed, and I need these in order to make it over to a more 8th ed list. So I know it's almost more boring because you want something shiny and flashy to try out with, but in the end, I think you're going to be looking back and saying, oh man, I just wish I would have got what I actually needed. So that's a big thing there. And then another advice it's hard to follow, but it is a good idea, is that you buy it, you bring it home, and you leave it. You don't touch it. So you don't take it out of its package, you don't even take the cellophane off, and you just leave it. And the reason for that is it gives you that 24 hours to think of, okay, maybe I shouldn't have got this. You have that night to sleep on it. Now that you've had it in your hands, 'cause that's almost half the excitement right there. Is that, oh boy, I bought it. Well, now that you have that excitement out of your system, now you might be able to feel that, okay, I should have got this, and you can go back and exchange it. It's a good idea, something I hear a lot on, when you read things on budgeting and stuff, and, smart spending. I've actually never had the patience to do that myself. I'm just saying, you know, that might be a good thing for you to do. So anyway, that's just some quick little thoughts on if you are going to be doing that, just to think ahead, make sure you're getting something you need, and making sure that if you are going with a new army, the number one thing is to go with an army that's completely different from any of the other armies you already have. So that's it, just a quick little thing. Bye.